What up? What up? What's going on, Silver Squad? My name is RJ.
I'm Desiree.
And I'm Gerald. G saw that.
Yeah, and today we're going to be breaking down Gen V. See how I said Gen V today? Season 2, Episode 5. The kids are not all right. So overall thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think?
I loved it.
Yeah, same here. Like we're getting somewhere with it,
Yeah, I loved it. One of the things that really stuck out was the fact that they didn't have a whole bunch of just craziness with genitalia or orifices. Just weren't a huge thing in this episode. So was there still quite a bit of blood? Sure, but they didn't go berserk with all the extracurriculars this time.
Yeah, which is a shame. I mean, Jay should have been here for this.
Right? I like that though. I like that we don't. I mean, it's cool to be shocked and all the other stuff, but it's cool to just have a story where you don't have to kind of go like that,
Right.
watching. So I enjoyed it. I like that we got to see Sister Sage and we learned that Ashley is in no condition to be CEO of VOT. So that kind of gives us a hint of what's going on the boys over on that side of the world. We learned a little bit. Not we didn't learn anything with
We did
Cypher.
not, sir.
We
did not.
Yeah, we just saw him being Cypher.
Yeah, other than he's just a meat puppet, but we kind of figured that, I think, in the previous episode.
And we know that Desiree's character is very
powerful. No.
From here on out, I will be calling Marie Desiree.
Oh my God.
I'll just say honestly though, they did I think an excellent job of setting up a few things because now they're Easter egging, which is this is I think something unique that I'm figuring out about this show is being that it's a totally separate show from its parent show, but yet to me it's actually better. And here's why. They've been able to Easter egg certain things for that show without having to make everything over the top.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm like, not to say that I like it like Head and Shoulders more, but for me it's better because of the fact that the subtleties of this show complement the parent show so well to where they actually have things that are happening in this show that set up bigger implications for the original show.
Yes.
Because prime example, Dr. J had asked a question. I said, you have to go back and watch. Because if I tell you, it's not even going to have the same bite to it unless you actually go watch now. You have to go back and watch. Like that summary is missing some pieces that she was talking about. She has to go back and see those pieces to connect those dots on certain things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. I really like this show. It does add to the chaotic, the boys. This is its own thing. But constantly they do things to remind you that, they're still connected in some way, I love it. I love the revelations that are being revealed. Wait, does that make sense? I don't even know. But I'm like,
the revelations and reveal are two different words. Yeah, you're good.
Come on, Marie, you can figure it out.
Oh my God. Like with this specific episode, I love how we got to examine more of Sam's character, his family dynamic, and kind of like what's going on as far as his mental health, like his mental illness and where it actually came from. The fact that we know it came from his uncle and it had less to do with the compound V was pretty interesting to me. I guess the compound V was used to kind of treat his illness, the hallucinations that he was having. And so that was pretty interesting in the story for me to kind of focus on another character apart from just Marie and Kate and, the usual.
So that being said, though, whose sibling was his uncle? Mom or dad? Because the reason why I'm asking that question because I didn't think about it like that until you just said it. But obviously, it would have to have skipped one of the generations in a sense
Right.
So if it's the dad, is that why the dad's being overly sympathetic to him?
That could was
Or
I think because
you know,
from my understanding, I've heard or read that schizophrenia runs on like the
mostly
male side, and so I would assume when he said that, I just naturally assumed that it was the brother. I mean, the dad. Sorry.
the dad side,
Yeah.
that.
okay.
Yeah.
And I know it manifests itself somewhere in between like 19 and 23 ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So it will fall somewhere in that spot. Which should have been a question I asked my wife because she's a freaking therapist. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's a really good question though, because I felt like I don't know if it was one of the things where the dad is like, well, at least one of my kids is here. Because mom was real sus. She was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
he was giving them that side eye, like, no,
Right.
like,
Mm.
Yeah.
you know, just when he said, "Oh yeah, I have to, you gotta fix the door,"
That was
and
wild.
that door looked like a Lego block just
Right.
smashed into 1,000 pieces. I was like, "Come on, man!"
But she was ready with that. What was it, a bat?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Wasn't gonna do nothing, but hey,
Yeah, it wasn't gonna but she had something, okay.
you should stay ready.
I think that part, I want to say, I think that this time around, Sam's story was a little bit more interesting than anything else, even with Annabeth being revealed in the prison, just in my personal opinion.
and I think it takes to separate him from. Yeah, I think it took them to. I think it took the direction of separating him from everybody to cook his story a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which kind of is what they did with Marie last week when she went and visited her aunt.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it was kind of like similar. You were able to get more understanding of the character and where they are right now versus, just another chaotic episode where they're just in with this group and everybody's just kind of trying to figure stuff out.
Right.
So, I think that's the best way to kind of push the story forward, is to isolate the character and kind of have them deal with some things on their own. Because as we see in this episode, when they get together, numbnuts, they have like the worst freaking ideas. Like what? Like it's clearly a trap. Like, why would you even? What was the point of even going? They don't even like her. That's the thing that got me. Like, y'all don't like her. So what was the point of this? She's the reason for a lot of the stuff y'all going through. So why are we rescuing her? I want to win.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked that they. Well, I don't know. Was I? Not really. Me personally, though, I don't think I would have gone after Kate. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to rot in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
God forgives I don't. Yeah, but I guess it's a good thing that they went in there, because then they probably wouldn't have discovered that Annabeth was in there.
Yeah, I mean, it all worked out in the end, but that's just not something I'm very interested in doing. She would have just died, been rotten. I wouldn't have done it, especially with like when you think about all the characters and the stuff they have going on. What I also like about it is too is when people make mistakes that cost lives or end up putting people in danger. I feel like they all have real life consequences for those actions, and I feel like that to me was her consequence. The mental health, I can't remember his name, so forgive me. I feel like Sam. I feel like Sam's gonna suffer, for the things that he's done, even though he has like a mental health condition. And I feel like Kate's come up was her getting caught. I wouldn't let, or her getting thrown in there unjustly because of what she did.
Yeah, they're really
But
trying.
she keeps getting consequence after consequence though. First she lost her arm last year. Last season, and then she dang near low key got a lobotomy the beginning of this one. So and then her powers now are all out of whack. Well, but they're out of whack.
Which is hilarious, by the way. Her powers not working correctly is very Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, and I love it. I love it.
The guy stabbing him. She's like, no.
Well, as soon as she said something, I was like, oh Lord, what's about to happen?
Yeah.
Right.
This dude was like, okay. And I was like, when he said okay, I was like, but honestly, what I thought he was gonna do was just be like, shut up and turn over, and like it wasn't gonna work at all. So when he said okay, kind of in that sarcastic tone, I was like, oh. And then as soon as he starts stabbing him or something, like, oh, come on, man. Bro, you about to dude is maiming himself right now. Like,
right.
I love it. That's like the perfect that's the perfect way to like introduce comedy into that aspect. Because but also what I wanted her to find out too, I want her to figure out how to say the most incorrect thing and how to do what she wants them to actually do. Like,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to rediscover her
That
power.
Yeah.
that's gonna cause so many issues with
Comedy and
viewers. Well, the
consequence.
viewers are gonna struggle
Yeah,
with that though. I mean, like, how would she know that that's what he's gonna do? And well, she don't, because
Well,
she
she
can
wordplay.
tell
don't.
him what to do. She gonna
Wordplay.
tell him what to do, and they're gonna do something different anyway. Because I'm telling you, I sat there and say, oh, he's not gonna be affected. Oh, he's affected. Oh, and he's doing the wrong thing. Like, come
That's
on,
what I
man.
thought too. Yeah. I thought he was gonna be like, okay, yeah, shut up. Turn around.
Right. That's honestly what I thought. So when he started
Yeah,
stabbing himself, I was like, oh,
Mm.
he's not
but
right at
but
all.
I do have a theory, especially being that, and I know we're jumping around over there, we're just flowing, but I do got a theory that Marie is going to fix Kate, like how she brought her sister back to life. I feel like Marie is going to fix Kate's powers because
So
she has
she's
a
gonna
traumatic brain
rewire some
injury.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's
Now that
going
Well,
to.
we
there.
can
That's
do.
one thing they are proving, that that Marie has a means of being able to redo some stuff without actually having to see blood to make that
Yeah,
work. So I
Yeah.
think that's kind of a neat thing. And I'm like, dude, she resurrected somebody, like, for
Right.
real. Even though they did, even in part one, she tried to do that, but had no idea what she was doing and ended up
yeah,
almost killing like 10 people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
so that was interesting. I'm gonna be honest. In my notes, I literally wrote, "What the f is Cipher?" Like,
I
I
know.
have no
Yeah,
clue
I
what's
need to
happening right
know.
now.
He's the biggest question mark right
But
now. Call
but
him
I
the Riddler.
yeah, I
Yeah,
100% believe that that's Thomas Godolkin in that thing though. I think that's him.
I believe so.
I 100% believe that's him.
Yeah,
And here's why. I think there's some significance to that beginning scene with
Mhm.
Sister Sage, and I think she knows that's him. I
she
think
knows everything.
somehow,
Yeah,
well, but I think they've met already a
Mhm.
long
yeah,
time ago, and I think obviously what she's doing or what they showed in there has some real implications to the boys itself,
yeah,
because I think that um, flashback scene means a lot more than people understand.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. And she's a smart woman. I'm
Well,
curious to see what more
well, but you think about it.
with this.
Remember when how she kind of got off in the boys is
Hmm.
totally different than what happened in this.
Because she
Yes.
didn't have to. She didn't have to
Right.
lobotomize herself.
But and part of the reason why is because she was dealing with her own equal.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And I think having to lobotomize herself puts her on the level of the person she's attracted to at the
yeah,
time. So to not have to means she sees this person as an intellectual equal to her. So
Hmm.
that's what turned her on. She didn't have to like dumb herself down
Hmm.
to do all this other
yeah,
stuff. And the fact that she was staring that corpsey looking cat down,
That was crazy.
that's what lets me know that he's somehow controlling Cypher,
Hmm.
and there's more to him than it's, which that was obviously the most creepy thing
yeah.
came to that. But they didn't even, the good thing is they didn't really show anything,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Yeah,
out,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
Leave.
that's
Finally
kind of
had
where
some
my
class, Gen V. Damn. Ugh. It's like the first episode I could watch all the way through and actually eat. Well, yeah, good job.
You got to eat before or after.
right.
Because seriously. But yeah,
Yeah,
we have something with Marie's power as
Mhm.
far as her power level, her ability to revive and resurrect. And I see why they see, because I think from season one, we thought it was an odd power to have, like being able to control blood and stuff. It's like,
yeah,
that could
Well,
only go so. But then when you really think about it, and then they're showing what she can do, I do think it does make her one of the most powerful soups. I see the
well,
advantage more and more.
that's a huge, but that
yeah,
like just now, RG just made a really good point. That's a huge thing, going from basically what's it called, kinesis
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
bio.
Yes.
Because there's a big difference. And so for him saying that maybe she can rewire Kate, that's a huge difference going from blood to actual bio to
Right.
where you can manipulate anything, you know,
Mhm.
when it comes to physical. So that could be part of the plan that Cypher was trying to figure out, which could be what leads us to getting a regular looking version of Thomas Kadokin.
Mm.
So
Which also, oh damn, that's actually a really good
I'm
point.
telling
And
you,
that,
that's
that ties into my theory of power evolution, and
Mhm.
of, you know, I'm going to pull everything back from Avatar. Eventually, like, so you can earthbend, but a subsidiary or evolution of earthbending is metal bending. So eventually, your powers will grow based off of, you know, your understanding of
Mhm.
the very core of your power. And so in Vampire Diaries, blood is life, and that's why they needed to sustain. So I feel like her powers may also evolve into life manipulation.
Right. I don't know why I keep coming back to this though, but her powers kind of remind me, or at least it's reminiscent of Magneto. She gives me a Magneto vibe
Yeah,
if she reaches her full potential, I think, with
Mhm.
her power.
like
I don't know.
Omega level soup,
Mhm.
You said what?
Omega level soup, like
Ye-
top of the line. Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, when you go from the idea of controlling blood to basically controlling cells, in a
Yeah.
sense, I mean, think about where we're talking about. If my theory is correct, if there's a bits and pieces of all of our theories kind of lining up,
Mhm.
that's how Godot somehow becomes an original version of himself,
yeah.
Mhm.
because they haven't showed us why that person, until they reveal it, if they decide to reveal it this season, is in that iron lung, if you will. And then Cypher, who basically seems like just a willing participant or willing conduit
Yeah.
to facilitate this, because he is hyper fixated on Marie's understanding of her power.
And it's
Right.
just Marie. I could see if he was like focused on
Right.
locking on everybody, but it's literally just Marie that he's like obsessed over. So
Yeah.
whatever her power is or whatever she's doing, it's got to be somewhat special or important for him to be that locked in on her.
Well,
Absolutely.
he's allowing everybody else to participate for like grins and giggles, but he's focused on her,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know.
Mhm.
So he's like, yeah, we can go in there, but if y'all get killed, I mean, it's on y'all. I need her to
Mhm.
figure out her stuff, you know. So, and I thought it was even more telling. And I still, like when I said, what the F is Cypher, like the
Mhm.
stuff the stuff that he and Polarity talked about, which was slick, because that was another way of letting you know he already knows everything that's happening. So for Polarity to be, and I thought it was so slick at how condescending he was talking about his son. While he
Yeah.
was talking about Andre, how he was saying how the boy couldn't even, like, he
Yeah. Poor little
he wasn't
mind
even
couldn't think.
strong enough
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That was
That was slick, because it was like he was trying to push
mhm.
him into using his power,
Right.
because he already knows that it's going to kill him if he keeps using it. So
Right.
that's why he was
Yeah.
like, go ahead, do it. Like, keep trying to do it. And that knife's just sitting there. And he's like, go
Yeah.
ahead. Just go ahead and do it. Like, he knows it's taking him so much strength to do what he's doing. Then
Right.
for him to grab it, stab his own hand to show him, like, I got the
Mm.
will to do this.
Yes.
And then told
That
him,
pissed me
go ahead
off.
and eat. It won't bother me.
That was crazy.
That made me mad. Like, I know
That
how I
made
feel
me
about.
mad too.
I
Now
was
that's
very
to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially with a good medium steak, bro. Like, you have to see me now. Like, you gonna have to see me.
We're fighting. We're nope. I would have just
Yeah,
did it.
absolutely. That pissed me off so bad. Like, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Polarity. I felt his pain. I don't think I would have. I feel like I would have leaned into, you know, trying to be on his side a little more.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to start playing this smart, and I
exactly.
think that's what's bothering me. Nobody's playing it smart. Everybody's very like in your face about it.
Exactly. It makes no sense in a way.
Well,
Everybody's being stupid around him.
There's
it's
no
like,
strategy.
I'm about to say, it's like they're so confused about how he moves and so in the dark, they're trying to figure out every angle. Every time they think they have something figured out, there's a layer that gets peeled back and be like, nope, not yet. Gotta be quicker than that, you
I
know.
thought polarity would be the one, you know.
Yeah.
He just couldn't. I think what it was though, he couldn't mask where his mental, because he's still grieving though. He's still grieving, so he can't mask one thing for the other. Because basically, he told him, he's like, bro, I know you're asking around about me. Like, why are you even wasting your time? Like, you're asking me these questions that you already know the answers to. Like, you've been asking about me. You've been trying to figure stuff out. I know you have been trying to figure stuff out, because he found out that they were in the lab when made herself big. He knew they were there. All these things, he knew those things. So it's like they are like a day late and a dollar short every time that they have a conversation with this dude.
It's almost embarrassing. Like, it's almost like mad embarrassing. Like, how are y'all this bad at trying to like get info on people?
But he's the only one not emotional. Everybody else is emotional.
Yes, and I was going to say that it's going to take somebody having to come in with no real emotional connection to what's going on, with a goal in mind and a motivation, of course, and play it smart. You know, ease their way into the. I don't know, but nobody's being smart.
Nobody's being smart at all. Like, and I to willingly walk into a trap with no, I could see if they had a plan, like, we know we're about to get trapped, but this is the plan. That they went in with no plan. What's the name is in there throwing up? Marie's about to cut herself. Like, y'all went in there with no plan, and then like now you're over there literally crying and throwing up because you got caught. Like,
you know what? Maybe y'all do need to do a day in Elmira. Just sit down first. Let's just take a beat.
But I will say this though. This isn't me trying to say I'm right, but I 100% believe that we are now at a turning point because of Marie's, because them discovering the fact that she just resurrected somebody, like, for real.
Yeah.
It's like she literally now did it look like she was about to kill everybody when that happened? Yes.
Yeah. But another piece of that is there's no way Cypher will know that she doesn't have this power now. So how's he going to use this to his advantage? Because even if you leave her there, she's still alive now. If you take her, he knows you didn't take her dead body. You know, like he knows, which was like, damn.
Yeah.
Which was, it's like he's fly fishing. He knows that something's gonna arise out of this. Either she's gonna still be laying there dead, or hey, look what happened. She got her. So
he's probably saying, just like I thought. Like I knew.
I'm gonna just call Cypher Godolkin personally, but
at this point,
I mean, like I said, I'm fine with being wrong, but I feel like there's too many Easter eggs, unless they're just really clever at being like, oh, you think you got to figure it out, but we're gonna give you this. But I think that where we are now, because even I think they had even made mention of Homelander.
They did, yeah.
And so the fact that they're even putting it out there, because he's not gonna be happy about this if we, so there's certain things that are kind of lining out. Of course, I'm sure they're going to throw a curveball or two, or 10. It depends on how it starts spelling out, like how the shift is going to be. Because I don't think they do any of this stuff character wise without a reason, and you don't bring in Sister Sage for absolutely no reason.
For fan service. They're not doing it for fan service.
Well, come on now. When have they ever brought a black character in for fan service?
Hey, they did too, though. We got
no. I'm sure that wasn't fan service. I'm sure that was not fan service. I'm sure that was okay. We got to check a box. Let's check a box.
Yeah.
I know. So, I was so happy to see Seth. I'm sorry. I still can't help it.
That leads me to ask the question though. So the aunt said that that Annabeth left. Did she really leave? Did the aunt know? Does the aunt know she's
being held in mind?
Yeah, because she's also a little liar herself. So
it could be one of the things where yes, she left, but I don't know where she went. And so I'm not, in theory, I'm not really lying. I'm just saying I don't
Yeah.
know where she went, and that's it. Like,
Right.
Fair.
because I mean,
Yeah.
that conversation ended. It was so emotional
Yeah,
on both sides to where that could have got lost in the shuffle,
I
you know.
think so too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So yeah. Yeah, I think this was a decent episode. We did get a little bit more answers as far as Marie is concerned and what her powers are capable of. We still don't know who the hell Cypher is or what
Not at
he
all.
can do. We probably won't know to the last episode, to be honest with you. And I'm okay with that. Drag it out a little bit because we're on what, like 5? We got what, 3 more to go, I think. I think it's
Yeah, I
eight.
believe
Eight
so. Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
still
we got a little time, to see what's going on with him. But overall, this wasn't a bad episode. I give it a smooth 7.5.
Mhm.
okay. I give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm right there, 8.
Mm.
I think they did enough. Like I said, they kept the crazy Orpheus things out of the picture enough to where we could focus on actual some of the story beats, and try to kind of formulate some, I feel like, authentic justifications for certain stuff, and come up with our own little prognostications and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
that was something that worked out for me.
Yeah.
right.
So overall, we enjoyed it. I think it was a solid episode, for season 2. And season 2 is actually pretty strong. I sometimes the kind of things kind of dip off
Mhm.
season 2. For me at least, that hasn't been the case. So I can't wait to see what we have in store, how we feel and what we think is gonna happen. So tune in next week to see if we're right. Don't forget to like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Later days.